So today, we're going to talk about 1 Thessalonians 4, 3 through 8. Fasten your seatbelts. This one's going to be a bumpy ride. Paul tells the Thessalonians, I want you to be sanctified. That means progressively drawing closer to God. We're good with that one. He says, I want you to avoid sexual immorality. It's going to be tough. We're going to avoid sexual immorality. We should always be pure. Then he says, I want you to learn how to control your body. Then he says, don't be like the pagans. Don't go out offering your body to everything that comes along like the pagans do. And he tells them, the Lord will punish all those who commit such sins. We think, God's Santa Claus, overlooks, winks, doesn't matter. No, God's going to punish immorality. Then he says, therefore anyone who rejects this instruction does not reject human beings but God. We don't like this because we don't like someone telling us what we can and can't do. We have the free love in our society, like one of my coworkers who found out that he had a nooner with a coworker, and he said, hey, it's great, you're both single, and sex is fun, have at it. No, as believers, we ought to be different. Now, it is tough, I'll tell you that, it's tough. You turn on the TV and they're talking about sex just like it's going to a baseball game. The innuendo and even the in-your-face images are everywhere. We've all seen the Hardee's commercials and gone, ooh, that's a little over the top. And so I understand sex is all around us, and our world has no restrictions. Our world has no restrictions. You go out on a date, you're a single or single again person, you go out on a date, and that person you're dating is expecting that something's going to happen on your date. It's just the way our society is. So you say, okay, Bob, you've identified the problem. How do we fix it? How do I keep myself from being impure? First of all, keep everything in public. You might be very tempted in private when things go a little too far to have them really get out of hand. But if you're never in private, then you never are going to be out of control. In other words, what I'm saying is, you find you can't control yourself in private, then stay in public. You're not gonna, in the middle of the mall, middle of a restaurant, you're not gonna do that. So stay in public. Second thing is, it's a mind thing. It's a mind thing. You gotta stay away from the images that cause you to want to sin. You gotta stay away from reading and watching the things that go, yeah, this is just normal. Because it's not. It's not the way God created us. God wants us to be sexually pure. And it's going to be very difficult for you to stay that way. And so I want to just help you here. You say, well, I was sexually impure last night. Start today. Start today. Today's a new day. From here on, from this point forward, draw a line in the sand and no more sexual impurity in your life. A tough subject, but it's one we need to face as believers today, especially surrounded by impurity like we are. Want to read the whole devotional? Go to the link at the bottom of the page. We'll see you tomorrow.